breaking news coming in. The Defence Ministry has imposed and rather made an announcement of a fresh list of 351 subsystems and components that will not be allowed to be imported under a staggered timeline beginning December next year. It is the third list that has been released by the ministry in the last 16 months, and it comes as a part of the government's overall aim to make India a hub of manufacturing of military platforms and equipment. Defence Ministry putting restrictions on the import of 351 items under a staggered timeline. Major General K.K. Sinha now joining us on the phone line. Sir, your view on this very announcement that has been made and the impact it will have?
It is a great initiative. India should have been done about 50 years back. We have got, complete manufacturing, ordnance factory, board and everything, infrastructure was there. Now it is being, revamped, being reorganized, and we are calibrating. A great initiative. 361 items so that everyone knows that you can't depend on the foreign, the import of these items. And these items are those which make India absolutely self-sufficient, not only the military hardware and equipment and weapons, but also subsequently will be the greatest supplier and the market for the world. You see, BrahMos, there's a BrahMos which we are manufacturing, which is long range, which is 1,500 kilometers, and also a short-range tactical BrahMos. More than 15 countries are asking for it. We have got AK now 203 series, which was Russian. So everything is now coming up, and we have made a hub, different corridor, which is north and also which is in the central of India. These hubs are in such a way that, these, small parks, spares, the ancillaries, this can be a great thing and a very great initiative and a very good thing which we are doing it.
Absolutely. Major General K.K. Sinha, thank you for speaking to Republic. Indeed, a big announcement coming in from the Defence Ministry. And when it comes to India going indigenous, a fresh list of 351 subsystems and components that will now not be allowed to be imported under a staggered timeline beginning December next year. Remember, this is the third list that has been released by the ministry in the last 6 months, and it comes as a part of the government's overall aim to make India a hub of manufacturing of military platforms and equipment. The ministry has said that the new initiative will save foreign exchange equivalent to around 3,000 crore rupees annually, and it has also released a list of 2,500 items that it said have already been indigenized. So India's attempt to go indigenous and promote the Make in India initiative when it comes to military platforms and equipment, and India manufacturing these components and subsystems on its own. And remember, this is being done in a staggered timeline as being put out by the Defence Ministry beginning December next year. But this is the third list that has been released. So all in all, the Defence Ministry is saying that 2,500 items that have already been indigenized, and this will save foreign exchange equivalent of around 3,000 crore rupees annually. Major General Sudhakar Ji now joining us on the phone line. Sir, your view on this initiative and how it will not just promote the Make in India campaign, but the very fact that also save foreign exchange equivalent of around 300 crore rupees annually. Major General Sudhakar Ji, your view on this, sir?
Yes, Swesha, good evening. Thank you for getting me back onto the channel by telephone interview. And this is a very, very, I would say, kind of a very well thought through approach to Make in India concept and give stimulus to the very concept. I would compliment the leadership at the highest level for giving a push to this very agenda of indigenizing our own defense production. Now, restricting these 351 items out of a long list of, I suppose it's around more than 2,500 of them, is a very professional and well thought through move, which will enable our own indigenized defense industry to actually go in for production of those products which have a telling impact in our exchequer. Import of all these products as in today, which goes beyond over 3,000 crores, will further be produced within the country and will be able to minimize these expenses which are being spent export. This further is also going to stimulate a secondary kind of market within the country to support the very component and the products which are being restricted. Once the primary products go onto the assembly line or production line, the secondary and the tertiary employment opportunities also will be generated, which is going to address the unemployment problem within the country. So it's a big move. Congratulations, and back to you.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for speaking to Republic this evening. Also bringing in my colleague Sudeshna, who's joining us live from the digital desk, because Sudeshna, of course, we hear all the defense experts hailing this very move, but also important for our viewers to know details of it, what the benefits will be, how it will be implemented, and eventually, over the years, the kind of impact it will have.
So yes, the Defence Ministry on Wednesday announced a fresh list of 351 subsystems and components that will not be allowed to be imported under a staggered timeline beginning December next year. It is the third list in the last 16 months, and it comes as a part of the government's overall aim to make India a hub of manufacturing of military platforms and equipment. The ministry said that the new initiative will save foreign exchange equivalent to around rupees 3,000 crore annually. It also released a list of 2,500 items that it said have already been indigenized. A positive indigenization list of subsystem assemblies, sub-assemblies, components has been notified by the Department of Defense Production, Ministry of Defense, as part of the efforts to achieve self-reliance in defense manufacturing and minimize